The evolution of the Apple laptop computer has been a fascinating journey, beginning with the first Macintosh PowerBook models in 1991. And with the launch of the first MacBook in 2006, Apple's first dual processor portable with a built-in webcam, followed the next year by the arrival of the original iPhone, the world entered a new technological era. Now, nearly 20 years later, and with a radically new budget MacBook that was announced last week and about to be released, it's time to look back at MacBook innovation, reinvention, and controversy.
So do it.
In an upcoming YouTube mini-series on planned obsolescence, I'll trace the full history of Mac laptops, documenting the progression of useful new features alongside the retirement of older ones, including Apple's gradual retraction of user freedoms such as hardware upgradability and repairability over the past decade. And in this video, we're focusing specifically on this most turbulent period in Apple's laptop history from 2016 to today, during which the MacBook has become both one of the highest quality computers ever made and one of the most tightly controlled consumer products on the planet. Planet. After a successful run with the Retina model MacBook Pro from 2012 to 2015, Apple introduced a dramatically thinner design in 2016, packed with major changes, many of which quickly became major failures, such as the touch bar replacing the function keys, and the ill-fated butterfly keyboard, infamous for failing after exposure to a single speck of dust. Facing mounting criticism and class action lawsuits, it took Apple 3 years to restore a reliable keyboard to the MacBook Pro and Air, and 2 more years to finally rebuild user trust with a thicker, heavier, non-touch bar MacBook Pro powered by highly efficient Apple Silicon processors, and bringing back essential ports removed in 2016, including MagSafe, HDMI, and the SD card slot. When Apple introduces radical changes, it does so with confidence. But when serious problems emerge on the Mac, meaningful solutions sometimes take years. Despite the average MacBook costing roughly 3 times as much as the average iPhone, in the meantime, loyal users are left waiting while watching their expensive devices depreciate. And although today's M series MacBook Pro and Air models are remarkable in performance, efficiency, battery life, and build quality, major unresolved issues remain hidden, both in hardware and in policy, issues most users never hear about. I'm talking about permanently soldered, non-upgradable storage and non-transferable AppleCare Plus subscription warranties. From Apple's perspective, these aren't problems, they're policies that quietly drive repeat sales by quietly shortening the practical lifespan of each new MacBook, even as Apple proudly promotes ambitious environmental goals and carbon neutral campaigns. These detrimental changes to storage and warranty were introduced without fanfare, almost invisibly unless you open the laptop and examine the circuitry or carefully decipher the legal fine print in AppleCare Plus terms and conditions. Taken together, these policies create a negative synergy, contributing to increases in electronic waste even as sustainability messaging grows louder. Now, besides the expensive and extraordinarily inconvenient need to replace your entire computer when you come to require a little more internal storage space, soldered storage isn't usually a problem for most basic users until something fails outside of warranty. When major components are fused onto one board, a single defect or user mishap can require replacing the entire logic board or even the entire computer. Faced with expensive repairs, many users simply discard the device. For higher-end and built-to-order MacBook Pro users and professionals who depend on their laptops for work and travel, the impact can be far greater. Repairs that once took hours can now take weeks, disrupting workflows and livelihoods. And please listen carefully to this little-known fact. Since Apple removed the internal data recovery port from the MacBook Pro in 2018, most board-level failures now result in total data loss. So you better back up. Don't depend upon the cloud. Use Time Machine, the no-brainer, because your computer, if it dies, is usually not going to retain your data. Non-transferable AppleCare Plus subscription warranties create another serious set of problems. For years, users relied on transferable and extendable AppleCare Plus to preserve resale value, to safely buy or sell their used MacBooks, and avoid Apple's low trade-in offers. Under Apple's newer subscription-based model, coverage cannot be transferred to a new owner, a fact many users don't realize until it's too late, forcing them to accept a lower resale price or default to Apple's convenient trade-in program.
They make it easy and they take advantage of you. $730 for a machine purchased 8 months ago for $2,100 to put that credit towards a new one at full retail from Apple.
All the different MacBook options listed. Go, 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 go. MacBook with Apple Care. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ads total.
Newsflash! Enabling warranty transfers would likely require only modest administrative staffing, making the restriction feel more like calculated Apple policy than technical necessity. Yep. Indeed, the shift towards non-transferable subscriptions, especially the new AppleCare One bundle plan, has severely weakened the once lively private market for pre-owned MacBooks. And once out of warranty, costly repairs again push more devices towards disposal. For MacBooks, these two recent changes are great for Apple's profits, bad for consumers' budgets, and bad for the planet. Now, iPhones are smaller, less expensive, and easier to replace, so users have gradually been conditioned to upgrade them frequently. In that sense, it's not unreasonable to describe modern smartphones as disposable. But over this past decade, as Apple's methods of planned obsolescence have been increasingly applied to the far more expensive MacBook, and with a new budget model just days away from hitting the streets, Apple users have entered a new era, the age of the semi-disposable MacBook. These issues will be explored in greater detail in later episodes. Meanwhile, we'll soon see what this new budget MacBook is all about, what new features it brings, and what former freedoms it may be taking away. The key message here is to never take Apple messaging at face value with these new model releases, since it may take years to fix what they break with disruptive designs. For many users, a pre-owned M3 or M4 MacBook Air may prove to be a far better value than a stripped-down budget MacBook, if you can actually find one with transferable AppleCare warranty. So, good luck everybody. Hit me up in the comments. The goal here is to raise awareness and send a message to Apple, and as soon as my new channel reaches 1,000 subscribers, I'll start drawing up a petition campaign, so please lend a hand in spreading the word if these issues concern you. So thanks for listening. I am EKG Electro Greg. Free your Mac and your mind will follow, and please tell your Mac friends to follow Free Your Mac.